my lovelies, welcome to Tuesday Sewing, and I thought I'd bring you along because I'm just finishing off my piece for the love prompt for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, this latest round. Leave all the details down below of Rachel and Sarah and Judy the mum, and the Facebook group for the sewing for this challenge. I thought I better use this bit of hoarded linen, and it's from Rachel. I've had it 3 years, at least 3 years. I just love it. But because I'm going to be keeping this project, this book that I'm making for myself, you know, that's what it's about, isn't it? Making memories, shoving things in that mean something or you've been hoarding so that you can feast your eyes on it instead of it being in a box. So, what I thought I'd have a go, I've got loads of white buttons, so I've been having a play with them. And you know what? You'll be surprised, or you probably won't be, it might just be me, how many different variants of the colour white is. I mean, we know there's so many different shades, but in buttons, well, you know, so it has taken a little bit of playing around because, like, I've put some there and I've thought, too cream, or that one doesn't go, I don't think. It's too big, it's too chunky, and this, because I'm making the letter E here. This one, I like it. Has it got 2 holes in? Has it got 4 so I can do the crosses? I've got 2 going on the L, so I wanted 2 to go across here to make the bottom bit of the E, and goodness me. Oh, do you know, you come right to the last letter and it's the hardest bit. I think I've picked over my best buttons. Well, that's not too bad, but not quite as white as I'd like. About that one. I think we'll go with that one. Let's go with that one. I'm going to put 2. Did I have that earlier? What about having that on the end? That'd work, wouldn't it? Or do we put... You see, this is it. When I'm doing something simple with some letters, but decisions, yes, I like it that way better. We'll have the bigger, slightly larger button on the end. It just looks aesthetically better like that for me. We'll do that. So can you imagine? It's I've enjoyed it. I've got loads of white buttons and I don't use them. So now is the chance. So I hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're enjoying. You have to excuse me because I don't have the strength in my hands to hold. I haven't got that grip there. So I'm probably putting buttons on in an odd way to how you put them on. So, and I'm using lovely red. It's like a burgundy red linen thread. I thought this would be nice to use because it's single thread, but it's got a nice heft to it. And I thought, you know, red is the colour of love. And it's got slight burgundy tones to it. What I've also done down here is 3 rows of camphor. And then I've done a heart from Rachel's Alphabetico kit, because I just love that kit. I think you can use it in all sorts of ways. And I wanted to tie it into my page 1. So I think this is page 1. Seems so long ago. And we did the sewing onto paper and from the Alphabetico. So I wanted it to be able to tie into that. So that's what I've done there. So I am just going to... It's not going to like that, is it? Let me put my button in place first. We don't want to be over the edge. That's the thing with it. There we go. There's been some wonderful creations. I love to see how everybody interprets the same prompt differently. It really does give you some inspiration for some of your own things. Right, little itty bitty there in the middle for the middle section. Easier said than done finding your buttonholes. But I thought originally I was going to do it in a white or cream linen. I got my cream linen thread ready, but I'm glad I've decided to go with this red. I just think it looks really striking. And the idea for me for this piece, this project this time, is not to overdo things. I am a bit of a impromptu sewer. I like to put all sorts of bits and bobs and you know, create ways that all different fabrics and textures can go together. But I'm trying to keep it a little bit simple this time, mainly because, you know, I think my sewing days are numbered. I'm dropping to bits, girls and boys, dropping to bits. Okay, so let's have a look at this top. Now, I don't think I want 2 buttons because I've generally kept the 2-stranded at the bottom. So we need some that are got 4 holes. And see what I mean? That's far too, it looks white, but it's far too shiny. I think my table's got a bit of a squeak on, do you know? That'd go. That'd go. What else we got here? We got anything a bit flatter? Don't like that one. No, don't like that one. It's not white enough. So look at this one. That one. Yeah, that's better. I think that's better. Let's see which side. That's there. So it's just a matter of just putting your buttons on and having a play around to get how you think go together. I mean, you might look at it and think, oh no, I'd have put that button there. We all have our own interpretation, don't we? I'm still thinking about how I'm going to do the bit at the top where I'm going to connect all my pages so they can flip up. I've got a few ideas brewing, but we'll see. Let's just get some new thread on there. And also I've got the backs, whatever I'm putting on the backs, to cover up all the gubbins at the back, the sewing. It's lovely to see how even Rachel and Sarah and her mum, you know, they came up with the prompts, but they're all doing it in their own way, in their own interpretation. I've still got my down the garden path to finish because with me being in hospital, I'm way off with that. But it'll come. No, that's the one I wasn't keen on, I think, wasn't it? That's the one. That's the one there. So we are very close to that edge, but that's fine because we're not going to be going through all these layers. Pretty tough. I didn't want a massive needle, otherwise you know. I've had to close the blind. Can you believe it? First time, you know, we're now into September and we're just starting our summer, I think, here in the UK, certainly where we are in Nottinghamshire. We are. It's been appalling weather in August. And now the children are going back to school this week. Well, some have gone back last week, and the sun is out, but that suits us because we'll probably go back up to Yorkshire to have a catch up with friends and family and see the sea. I miss my beloved sea. And you can't go in August, even when we lived there, you know, because everybody was on the holidays. I've done my bit with screaming kids. I don't want to hear them now. Right, okay. So the other thing that I've had to be mindful and haven't always remembered is a bit of space at the top, so that when I do decide how I'm doing the fastening, then there's some space. Now, the other thing I thought would be nice is I found these, aren't they pretty? And I thought that I'd just give it a little bit of finishing touch, a little bit of a finishing touch there. So I'll put the large one on first. There. This, I don't know where I've got this button from. Sometimes you could go into Hobbycraft and they have bags full of coloured buttons, so you can buy a bag of whites, a bag of blues, you know, that sort of thing. And it's just a mixture. And I think that's what I did here with the whites. I've got a jar, but also I've got my mother of pearl ones, but I didn't think that would, I didn't think they'd show up well enough. I like that I've done it in the white now. Let's see. About there, I think. So we've got a new prompt coming tomorrow, I think, because we had 5 Wednesdays, didn't we? In the August run. Which is a good job because I'm behind. So I'm excited to see what tomorrow's going to bring. What prompt? Where's my other? It's there. Just eyeball it to, you know, till it looks about in the right place. And now I may do a little bit of extra stitching on this. I don't know yet. I quite like its simplicity. Take that across there, that's too much. Yeah, I like that. Right, okay, I think that's enough for the buttons. Now, do I want to run a row at the top here of this? I don't know, it might be too much. Or do I go round this one at the bottom? No, let's have a go at going round this. I've already highlighted it with a gel pen, and I like that bit. I don't want to because I'm incorporating cloth and paper here. So I think I'm just going to go around the outside. Probably should have started some new thread. But we'll see how we go. I did glue it on with some Fabri-Tac. We're really scraping bottom at barrel here with this last bit, crikey, with the point of the heart. Oh dear, I've got all frayed bits. Oh, there's hardly anything for me to sew through. Looks all right, doesn't it? You might be shouting at the thing going, no, it doesn't. I just thought we needed to tie we might just have enough thread here. It's quite, you know, it gets quite expensive, the linen thread. So I'm a bit careful with it, and it's going to run out on the last 2 stitches. Look, it is. So not be stingy with it. Wants to look right, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm concentrating on threading this linen. It's not the easiest of threads. Not the easiest of threads to thread. There we go. Right, so we'll just... I'm not happy with this bottom. I'll have a look at that in a moment. I think we might have to... I might have to extend it, to be honest, with a little bit of fabric. I don't know what at the minute. There we go. I just want to go a bit here around this deep bit of the right. I'm wondering if I've got a little bit of lace or something that I can attach at the bottom. Let's have a quick, bear with, I'm just going to have a quick look in the... I'm just going to have a quick look. Again, this is a piece that Cynthia sent me when we did the swap, and I'm eking it out, but I'm wondering if we just... Obviously, that's too long. I don't really want to just put a bit like that now. I'm going to do it like that. See how this looks, and just cut a little bit off the bottom. See how this looks with the other pages. Oh, that'll be fine. That will be fine, eking out there. So I'm just going to put that on there, and then I wonder, to even it out, do I put... or do I just put a little bit of plain? Let's sew this on first, and I'll see if I'm going to add some on there. So I want to just sew this. I've not put a knot in it. I want to make this heart look better at the bottom. Sew that there. Feels a bit Eve Robinson now I'm doing this. Right. Okay. I'll have to pin through there. So I'm just going to do a layer of, let me just put, I'm going to put a layer of glue on there. Let me just put a little layer of 3-in-1 because it's very hard to sew through when it's like that. That might be better than sewing it on. That's it. Just put a little bit at that end. What would we do without the 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac, eh? Gets us out of a pickle. Can you, David, chuckling in the background? Oh my giddy aunt, did you hear him? Feeling like we've come unstuck. It's full of these one-liners, my husband. Right, okay. I'm going to, because that's going down there, I don't like it. So I'm going to get my needle stuck up with Fabri-Tac. I'm making the right pigs here. Look at this. So I should have placed it. So the moral of this tale is I should have placed my heart further up, not as close. I didn't want to hit those stitches though. There we go. You know, we live and learn, don't we? Right. Now, just before we go, let us just see. Is that stuck okay? Yeah. So smidging under that bit. I'm just going to put a bit of paper on, something under there, don't it, sticking to my mat. Right, okay. Do I want then some up here, or do I want some more at the bottom? No, I don't. I thought it'd look better going along, but it doesn't. So I'm going to cut that, and I'm not going to sew that on because I think it's pretty as it is. I don't want any sewing on it. So let's Fabri-Tac it on. You see, just because it's don't get into the, because it's a sewing project, that doesn't mean you can't use paper for sewing with, or, you know, cheat a little bit and stick stuff on with glue. The reason why I don't think that would look as nice with thread on it, I could, when it's dry, I could go over and do a little invisible stitching on there, but if it's dried well enough with the Fabri-Tac, you don't really need to, do you? Right. I'm just a bit upset with that, but I can't do anything with that now. It's too near the bottom. Let me just cover these bits in just to make it look complete. And who's to say you can't draw on top? Nobody, it's ours. go. I think it's just a matter of catching those little fibres. That's better. I'm happier with that. Right, okay then. So thanks so much for joining me. Let me know what you're doing, and if you're all looking forward to tomorrow when the next, I'm sure it's tomorrow, the next prompt comes out. And thank you for spending a bit of your day with me. So take care. Bye bye.